Hello, everyone. Good morning. This is the School Owners Forum, Nigeria's largest training network of school owners, teachers, education stakeholders generally. You know that education business is everyone's business. So we are live already, and you should come online, everyone, right now. This is the class we have been advertising, the class that we have been talking about. It is titled it is the 6-day Montessori training that we have been talking about. The 6-day Montessori training. That 6-day Montessori training starts today, and day one is absolutely free. Everyone on Telegram, please come online. Let me quickly beep the people on our people on Telegram. Telegram is live, is buzzing. Facebook is also live. We are live on Facebook. We are live also on YouTube, and we are live on every other channel. On all of the WhatsApp platforms, this is going to be shared. Please, everyone, share it right now. The class has started. All right, this class has started. All right, so the 6-day Montessori training that we'll be talking about starts today. Day one is free, it's absolutely free. I'm going to be joining my facilitator to introduce the topic. So I'm going to be taking the introductory part of the teaching while our facilitator enters into the room to take us through today. It's going to be loaded. Please don't go away. What are we going to be looking at today? We're going to be looking at the introduction, basically. The founder, we're going to talk about the founder, Maria Montessori. We're going to talk about how this Montessori method of education affects your school. You know, I am all for the business side of school business. You understand? You know, I always say that you can run a school and run a good school, but you can run a good school that is not profitable. But you can run a good school that is also profitable. Part of being profitable is being innovative. Montessori method of education has proved to be a wonderful innovation that makes you stand out in your crowd. That makes you stand out. It gives you a good leverage among the people whom you are competing with. So, if you don't mind, let us get into the class right now. All right, let us pray. Father, in Jesus' name, we thank you for this opportunity every week to meet with your people as we go into today's class, this 6-day training that starts today. Lord, give us the grace to learn that which we should learn and to implement and get results from it in Jesus' name. Amen. Okay, so let us go quickly into today's class. But before we go, I'd like to say a few things. Okay, let me talk about SOF. People have been asking me. SOF started in 2017, and we started with free trainings, and that is why we cannot stop having free trainings. SOF, as of today, is Nigeria's largest largest training network of school owners, of teachers, of education stakeholders, of admins, everyone generally. So that is what we have been doing, and that is what we will keep doing. We will not stop, or we will continue doing it. Okay, so today, what we are going to be having today is another indication, another evidence of the fact that we are still on our course. We are on our focus. Our focus is to bring training to your doorstep, to bring training to your houses, to your schools, and make it, because we're going to be bringing facilitators. Last week, everyone told us that they enjoyed the session. So if you enjoyed last week's session, yeah, you should enjoy today's session also, because it's also going to be bumper. This SOF means School Owners Forum. So that's a brief history of the School Owners Forum. But then let me also talk about our facilitator for today. Our facilitator is Mrs. Tolulokwe Yama. Let me show you. She's going to come into the room shortly. But before she comes in, let me talk a bit about our facilitator. Now, our facilitator is Mrs. Tolulokwe Yama. She is a Montessori expert and coach. She has raised so many people in this industry, people who are now in their own separate places. I mean, who are now doing things, making things happen in their separate schools when it comes to the Montessori method of education. Let me read her profile so you know that we have a wonderful facilitator in the house. All right, Mr. Lokoyama he has a PGDE and a bachelor's degree in English. She studied from the Obafemi Awolowo University. She also has a postgraduate diploma in education. She's a seasoned educator and communicator and communication expert. She's a trainer in a cognitive therapist, a content developer, a digital marketer, and Montessorian and psycho-educational consultant. I mean, she has so many years of experience to her bag. You know, years of experience as an educator. She's been an educator since July 1993. That is about, we can calculate that, is that not about eight? Oh, wow, that's a lot of, that's 28 years ago. So she's been an educator for 28 years. Her philosophy of life is anything worth doing at all is worth doing well. That's what she would always say when she does her training. If you're going to be a Montessorian, you do it well. If you want to run your school as a Montessori school, you enroll in a Montessori outfit like that of our own and do it perfectly well. So also she will say that personal core values are excellence and value. Excellence and value are personal core values. I mean, she works as a training leader at Jolly Edugrowth Network, Lagos, where she generates positive energy for an accelerated growth. So she's going to be our facilitator in the house today. The session today is split into two sessions. I'm going to be taking the first session, which is more of introduction, and then she will take the second session, and we will just do it like that. All right, so before I come back to the class, by the time we come back to the class, we have a bumper pack. Now, look, let me show you, because I'm going to be starting my own introduction the moment we get back from the break. Okay, so this is going to be, all right, let me yeah, okay, yeah. So we're going to be looking at this. This is the slides we're going to be sharing. You tell you that we have been preparing for this for quite a while, and today is going to be interesting. Okay, so that is what we are going to be sharing. We're going to be sharing all of this. Okay, let me show you. This is okay, I'm leaving this. So yeah, this is a slide we're going to be sharing together, so that you know that today is going to be a bumper class. All right, so before we continue, let us go, as we would always do, to show you some of the programs we have, some of the how do I call it now, some of the offers and services, because people have been asking us, some of you are asking for the teacher recruitment service, some people are asking for the digital assistant service, social media and web assistant service. So many other people are asking for Thinkalike school management software. Some people are asking for our books. Are they still available? Don't worry, relax, just get a cup of coffee while everything moves on smoothly and wonderfully. That is the introduction. If you can see my screen right now, you see that the introduction is ready. We are going to go into the class right away. All right, Montessori method of education. This slide is courtesy Aulia Iline Nea Sagita. That is also a Montessori expert. We are going to be using her slides to make the introductory part of today's lesson a wonderful one. If you are with me on this, if you are in class, I'd like you to drop your name. Now, as we would always do, I'm seeing comments on the platform. Someone is saying, great sound. Kudos to you, sir. Thank you very much. You are the ones encouraging us. As long as you keep coming online, we are pumped up. We are elated. We're excited to do better, to improve our studio. Our studio is getting better. Don't worry. It will keep getting better. All right. Thank you very much. Before I continue, let me go to this other part, and then when we come back, we will continue right away. Thank you. Just hang on there.
Hello, school owner. You need a social media and web assistant, someone who will design flyers, beautiful flyers, twice every week, manage your website, and make sure that The beautiful things that happen in your school on daily basis well presented to an online audience, both your parents and even prospective parents who are not in your school. Every day in the life of a school is an event, is a story that can be packaged and told to the world. Unfortunately, many of us pay hundreds of thousands of naira, sometimes millions, as salaries. But we don't have anybody managing our image online. He will design 2 flyers per week, post those articles on your social media handles, also post them on your website and follow up on your pages, comments, and all of that. Before you know it, you begin to get calls. Don't limit yourself to your physical environment. There are many people out there looking for your kind of school, but they are not seeing it because they are Googling it online, they are going on social media, they are not seeing you. So you need a social media assistant and a web assistant.
Do you know that the worth of your school is the combined worth of your teachers? Do you know that the value of your school is the combined value that your parents have placed on your teachers? Are you having problems with making your teachers cooperate with you and be productive as you would want to be? What you need is our training. We have trained over 10,000 teachers in the last few years, and the results have been tremendous. We have 2 packages. We have the leadership attitude, skills, and ethics, which is LACE for teachers, and we also have TRACE, teachers reorientation for action, capacity, and excellence. So which of them do you want? Call us and let us train your teachers. The results will amaze you. We will help them see the reasons why cooperating with you leads to their own growth, and at the end of the day, it leads to the growth of the school. So it's important. Let us train your teachers. We can come to your school, train them in your school. We can also organize that training for you online. Everyone knows that on SOF we have 3 textbooks, and these are the books written by David Adeniji, convener of the School Owners Forum, talking about the 4-legged school growth strategy. That is the best book when it comes to school growth. Talking about thrive, how to thrive with your school business in this new era, especially after the pandemic. A whole new era came to school business and you need to learn it. Thrive is a book to read. And then talking about the indispensable teacher. There is no other book that helps you manage teachers more than that. Even teachers actually are the ones who need this book too. So you need the book as a school owner. The teachers also need the book. Just order these 3 copies. There's a combo package that is very cheap. That is the price there. You will see it, and then we're going to ship the books to you. The 4-legged school growth strategy, the indispensable teacher, and thrive. Get those books today. Many of us use school management software that limit us in one way or the other, because they have not been upgraded to meet present global trends. Now you need to switch to Think-A-Lie. Think-A-Lie is Nigeria's largest school management software. Switch to Think-A-Lie. It won't take you more than hours. We will do the switch for you. So it manages all your operations, admissions, exams, timetables, e-learning, online classes. Just name it. Bulk SMS. Everything is in it. Online exams, CBT. So switch to Think-A-Lie school management software today. So you can go to thinkally.net. That is Think-A-Lie, thinkally.net. Go there and check the features. All right, our facilitator is around. I think we need to give her a round of applause for today. But before I bring her on board, we're going to continue now. And then there's something I want to show you in today's class. I want to make sure that everyone is in class. Please, have you dropped your name and your school? Have you dropped the school? Let us presenting, or the company you are representing, or the organization you represent. Let us also know where you are watching us from, whether it is anywhere in Nigeria or outside the nation. Let us also, because when we have all that, we'll be able to follow you up with the remaining part of today's. You know that this is a 6-day training that starts today. And because of that, we would like you to take advantage of the remaining 5 days. We're going to talk about the prices and all the packages immediately after this class. I don't know if Mrs. Tolopoyama is ready to come on board. Good morning, Ma. Are you with us now? Uh, okay. When we have her online, we are going to bring her in. Okay, Ma. Okay, everyone. Now, what is Montessori? We have been talking about Montessori method of education. According to what our facilitator told us last week, the Montessori method of education is a method of education that was created by a woman called Maria Montessori. Maria Montessori created the Montessori method of education some hundreds of more than 100 years ago, and today we are. It has become a major method of education that is employed by educators all around the world. Okay, let me show you my slides so that we continue the class very quickly while I wait for okay, Ma. Yeah, Mrs. Tolokwe, if you can hear me, can you just talk to us so that we connect you into the class? You are live right now. Okay, we are live right now, but we have not heard you. So just look at your connection very well so that we'll be able to see you and hear you also very well. All right. So while she takes care of that, I show you the introduction. Okay, yeah. Please try and reconnect. Yes, sir. Please try and reconnect so that we get you very loud and clear. Let me show you my file, the one we want to start the introduction with, while we wait for our facilitator to reconnect to us. All right. Can you see my screen? Okay, that is it. So that is the introduction. What the first thing we are going to talk about is this. All right. Yeah, who is the founder of the Montessori method of education? Who is the founder? The founder, as we can see it here, for the first time in 1909, Maria Montessori, who lived between 1870 and 1952. Maria Montessori lived between 1870 and 1952. She's an Italian, of course. That means the Montessori method of education is not yet up to 100 years, but I tell you, it's a global phenomenon now. She's an Italian physician. If you were listening last week, you will have gotten a few of them, but we had to put them in a good presentation so you understand very well. She's an Italian Italian physician and medical doctor, and she was the one who introduced the new teaching method. Of course, this is not new. You must have heard this several times. But then, what is Montessori? Now, let me check if our facilitator has reconnected back to us. All right, I think she's in the stream right now. Oh, great. I'm very excited. Mrs. Tolokweyama, you're welcome to class this morning.
Sir.
Let us hear you the whole class.
Thank you so much.
Good morning, ma.
Good morning, sir.
Yes,
sir. I'm really sorry for coming late. I'm really sorry.
No problem.
It's pressure of work.
No problem.
Morning,
thank you very much for.
Good morning, everyone.
Yeah, everyone is listening and they are following us. I hope you also invited your team, your people on to join the class on Facebook or on YouTube.
Yes, all our people are on. Yes, they are on board. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, ma.
Mr. David.
Yes, ma.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you clearly.
Can you share the screen from your side?
Your
share the screen from your side?
Your slides, ma.
The time is gone already.
I mean, your slides.
Can you share it from? Yes, share it from your side.
Okay, let me do that.
Yes, my slides. So it's going to be easier for us and faster.
Okay, I think we have done that. Now, can you see the slides now?
Yes, I can see it. So just give me the second slide. Then from there, so I will speed up and I'll be able to finish on time.
You can continue. You have the floor, ma. Yeah.
Yes. Now today we have a 6 days training on method of Montessori method of education, and because of how we do our things, we always give free first before we can go ahead. So today is going to be a free seminar, and the title is The Wonder of Montessori Method of Education. And the topic that we are taking today is familiar, but I'm going to introduce it by giving us some tips that will be a reminder to us of why we need to up our game in this 21st century. So what is Montessori? We have already explained last week what Montessori is. That it is when you have children interacting with their environment, natural environment, to bring out their innate abilities. That is what is Montessori. But before we go on deep down into the lecture, I want us to examine what are the fears that teachers or educators have in this 21st century. There are just two of them. The first one is a fear of being ineffective. That is, when whatever you are doing is not effective. That is a fear. Then the second fear is the second slide. Can you give me the third slide? The third slide. There are some pictures there. The third slide. Icebreaker.
Okay, ma.
Icebreaker.
All right, this is it.
Yes, the icebreaker. Yeah. Now you can see those two pictures. The first one is the teacher. The teacher is really trying her best. She's really shouting. She's doing everything she can do for the people to understand, to get the message. But there is a kind of blockage. It's not really. You can see the stress she's going through. That is the first fear. The fear of being ineffective in the 21st century as a teacher or educator. Then the second fear is the fear of children being passive. They are not receiving anything. See those two children.
Both, okay, the first one is the passive learner, while the second one is
the other one is the active learner. Now, you can see all the knowledge is entering the bucket, but nothing is being seen. You are just doing everything you can, but these children are not just connected. So the second one, there is a full bottle. Now, the difference between those two children, in between them, is the method the teacher can apply. Okay. So as we know that we have many methods we can use, but we have tried out many, and we see that in this 21st century, going philosophical, we can discover that these children are more than what we see them to be. So today we want to see how we can make our learners active and also our teaching very effective and productive. And that is where Montessori comes in. So as Mr. David has told us the history and everything about Montessori, we are not going to be repeating that. So what is so special about Montessori method of education? That is what we want to talk about next. Why Montessori? That's slide 6 now. Slide 6.
Okay.
Why Montessori? Okay. Why are we talking about Montessori? Why can't I just go ahead? Why Montessori? Why Montessori? So the reason why you have to adopt the method of Montessori or blend it in is that it has what it takes to produce the children we need in this 21st century. Number one, we have stimulation of children towards critical thinking. When children are faced with problems that they learn to solve themselves, they have a way of using critical thinking, design thinking. You understand? Then we have the method assists us to cultivate inquisitive minds. Also, all those skills that we're talking about in the 21st century is what Montessori can help the children to get. So the method we use, we use observation, peer learning, tactile learning materials, intrinsic motivation. So that is why you have to go. We have so much, but time will not permit us. So the next one is benefits of Montessori.
Mrs. Yama.
I'm with you, Mr. David. Yes, sir.
Okay, I saw a quote of Maria Montessori earlier today. Now, that quote agrees with what you just explained to us on this side concerning why we should use Montessori. You were talking about that it stimulates each student's critical thinking skills.
Now, yes.
Yes. Take a look at this quote that I saw earlier today. Okay.
Yeah. Well, the child's potential.
Before this one, let me even show you. Now, look at this one. It says, because I downloaded a few of them, it said, never help a child
with a task at which he feels he can succeed.
In other words, the Montessori method of education is bringing the emphasis on the child more than it has been before.
It's learner centered. Yeah.
And then let us look at this one too. This one says,
Free the
free the
child's
child's
potential and you
potentials
will
and you will
transform him into the
transform
world.
him into the world.
To
That
the
just
world.
agrees with
That is
what
the
you are
wonder
just
of Montessori.
of Montessori.
Yes.
So, in other
Yes.
words,
Thank
every
you, Mr.
child,
David.
you're welcome. Every child
Has
that
an
is taken
innate
through
potential,
innate.
which
Okay,
by the time is being allowed to express himself the way he
express
knows
himself.
how best to do. Yeah, you know the recent quote is, if
Yes.
we cannot teach the children the way they learn, we can now teach them. If we cannot get the children the way we think they can learn, then we can teach
Okay.
them the way they can learn. So they can give us direction into how to get to them through the
It will
activities they
have
are
to
doing. So we do a kind of
get.
directing
Hmm.
them.
All right, let's
Yeah,
go back to your class. Let's go back to your class
yeah.
while
So
you just take us through it.
yeah.
So
So we want to see the benefits of Montessori now.
the
What are the
benefits of
benefits of Montessori? That's the next
okay,
slide. The
that's the slide.
benefits. Now
Yes.
I put it in three phases. The first one,
Okay.
to the children that are being taught, the learners that are being exposed to this method of education. Number
Okay.
one, it helps them to get their self-worth. Many children have doubts from home, doubts from relationship, doubts from
Hmm.
their peers, doubts from everywhere. But by the time you use the approach of Montessori method through all the principles and all the subjects and all the activities that we do, you discover that this child gets to know that, so I'm like this. I'm really great. I can do this. So it increases the self-worth of a child. That is when you see
Self-esteem.
Montessori children, they are very outspoken. Yes, they are very outspoken.
Self.
You really can't they can't keep quiet about things. They tell you how they feel because they know that they are someone, and that is the place of respect. When you respect children, they also
Great.
respect you, so it helps them. Then
Great.
also, by the time you use this method, it helps the children to increase their confidence the same way. Also, it helps them to develop early in life to be independent, so they
Wow.
can take care of
Wow.
themselves from the early time. That's why you see that most of the time when schools want to talk Montessori, they talk it in the early years. But it's even more than
Okay.
early years. It's up to it's more than early years. So it also
Anyway,
helps them in community awareness because of the cultural subject. They get to know all the things in their environment very early. A child gets to talk about the continent, talk about the animals, the plants in details, not
in
just
details.
in details, because scaffolding. They use a scaffolding method that the child develops from the least he graduated and form the knowledge by himself. Then also it increases their aptitude. This is really much because Montessori teaches every aspect of life that can lead or enhance life skill. So children get
Mrs.
to do a
Yama.
lot of things by themselves. Yes, sir.
Mrs. Olokoyama, let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Again, from my background,
Okay, sir.
from my background study, before you came on,
Yes, sir.
you mentioned something now that
Yes,
especially
sir.
for the early years, the Montessori method or
Yeah.
this method of education that gives the children so much self-esteem and self-worth from their early years is so important,
Yeah.
because let me show
Early
you another
years.
slide, another quote
Yes.
I saw. So you know
Quotation.
that he said early childhood education is the key to the betterment
The
of
key to the
society.
betterment of society.
So
Yes.
the question I want
Because
to
that's
ask
where the
is
foundation is laid.
good. The question I want to ask is what is the tell us the significance, how significant it is, especially for those running early, because there are many people on the platform now, they are running early year schools, the one they call nursery and all of that, and primary. How
Yes,
significant it
preschool.
is it especially for those ones who are running who have early years
Now,
schools?
from experience, I have discovered that when you catch them young, it is better. When they are still
Great.
fresh, when you are the one that is laying the foundation, it is the best. But by the time they are being exposed to many things, you find it difficult to remove all the shafts from the real thing. Now, we all know the story. We are all educators. The mind of a child is is plain, tabula rasa. It's plain. So whatever you
Mm.
write on it early is what form the future of a child. So most of the time when children are admitted in the early years in the school and they grow with the school and we use that method for them, they stand out from those ones that we inherit from other sources. You know, when
Mm.
you inherit children from other schools through transfer, through change of mind of their parent, and so on and so forth, you meet some things in them that sometimes it's difficult. But when you start from the beginning, you develop all the skill they can
At the
have,
same
right from
together.
pre-writing skill, for their letter formation, and for their numbers, for their chanting, for everything. So you have a full dose work, which comes out better. So in the early
Meaning,
years, it is the best that you can think of.
the meaning that if there's anybody running early years school on the platform now, you would advise them to
Yeah.
just come for this Montessori. It's important they
Training,
have
yes,
that
yes, yes,
training,
it is.
even if they
It
are not
is.
planning to run a full-fledged
In as
Montessori
much
school. Mm.
Montessori school, thank you. That's what
Yeah.
I'm about to tell you. In as
Mm.
much
Mm.
as many people are having biases because of the cost implication, that
Okay.
to get all those materials, parents are not going to be paying so much for the material. I'm not going to get as much profit as it should if I am
Okay.
actually running a normal conventional way. But there are
Okay.
ways we have discovered that
Let's
you don't
continue.
have to stress yourself.
Mm.
Okay, let's go on.
Let's go on.
Let's go
Let's go on
on.
to your slides. Yeah. Yeah.
So, what is the benefit to the director, to the teachers? When you
Okay.
have the knowledge of Montessori, it helps you to do your work effortlessly because of the way the transformation will be done. You will even be surprised that how did this child just now know how to do this thing? Just because it's a system. Thank you. It's like a
Mm.
system. When you want to build a system, you don't on the keyboard, then you go and put on the motherboard, then you put on the one by one. Once you boot the system, everything communicates and it goes on and on. So that is why how it is. So it makes the teachers do their work effortlessly. Number two, when you have the knowledge of Montessori as a teacher or educator, you create a niche for yourself anywhere you go.
Mm. Mm.
Montessorians are not really cheap. They are not cheap.
I love
If you
that.
have the knowledge, anytime you go for interview and they just start
Mm.
asking you things of what you know, what are the other things you can do, you can tell them I am BED good. But when you say I'm a
Mm-hmm.
Montessorian, they want to know what do
They
you
wake.
mean. Then you say this is
They
what I
wake
can
up.
do. This is what I have done. This is what I have done. And most of
I
the
love
time,
that.
we don't really see them easily. We don't,
Mm.
and that's why most of the time I tell our proprietors and the proprietors that if you have them in your midst or in your system, treat them well because many people
Mm.
are ready to snatch them. They are really valuable.
Wow.
Montessori teachers are really, really valuable. Valuable.
Wow.
Then what is the
Oh.
gain of Montessori in the school? You know, I've talked about the learners, I've talked about the
Okay.
directors. Now I'm talking about the school itself.
I mean,
When you
okay. That's
blend Montessori into your scheme, your
okay.
school stands out because it becomes effective. What you do in the school is effective. Now, when you have a child that can read, they can write, they can do everything as early as 3 to 4 years,
Mm.
it helps you anywhere they go. Like I've seen it in my own system. Most of the kids I have in the system are true referrals,
Mm.
parent marketers. Because wherever the children go, there is a way they do things that is outstanding. For instance, when you
Mm.
want to say, please, what's your name? Oh, my name is Tolu Lokwe. I am 2 years old. I'm in ICC, infant community class. My teacher is Miss Jane, and they call in my class. You understand? The child start telling you, my school is the only
Mm.
best school, just because what's your name? You know, it has a lot to say about the word. So it sells the school,
Mm.
increases the
Mm.
growth, and then we know when the growth comes, it comes in every aspect. It comes in your influence, it comes in your profit, it comes in your standards too. So it's
Mm.
something that when you use in the system, it's obvious, it's visible. The changes are visible. In fact, everyone speaks the same language. So when you say you want to run this system,
Mm.
you don't gamble. That's another thing. You don't gamble.
Okay.
Some
You
people
don't.
go
What do you
online,
mean? What
they
do you mean
just
by?
see
What
some
do you mean?
videos,
What do
and
you mean?
before you know it, they are doing it. There are principles
Okay.
behind everything. I used to tell people.
Okay.
So
Go on.
yeah, some educators, There's what is a Montessori. Is it not for them to bring things for children to be putting on top of each other? We can always do that, but there are observations. How do you know? How is it that when I see the child and I stay with the child for 10 minutes, I can tell you what the child has not done, what the child can do, and what I can make the child do in the next 3 weeks? How? Because you are trained. You know all these things from the rudiment. So it is more than watching a video. It is more than watching a video.
Mrs. Yama, so, you said when you sit down with a child for a few minutes,
Mr.
you
David,
know what he has. Yeah, you said when you sit down with it, when you see a child, stay with the child for a few minutes, you already know what he has done, what he cannot do, and what you can make him do in the next couple of days or something. I'd like you to tell us how. That's the wonder. That is part of the wonders of Montessori that you want to share with us. Now, I'd like you to hold your thoughts while we go for this short break. When we come back, you're going to try to round off your slide, then so that we'll talk about we'll find time to talk about the 6 days training that actually started yesterday. You were talking to me about few people who are coming from outside Lagos. You were working out accommodation for them. I mean, it's so Lagos, interesting.
Yes.
I mean, it's interesting that people are already coming from all over.
Because we want everybody to really succeed. Yes.
So please give me this
some
time.
Have even paid now.
Wow.
Yeah,
that's
because of the
awesome.
early bird discount.
That's awesome. So give me this time out. We'll go for this short break. Then we come back and then we continue. The wonders, understanding the wonders of Montessori. On our flyer, we said learn the wonders of the Montessori method of education. Thank you everyone for hanging out with us today on the School Owners Forum. Once again, we will go and then we'll come back shortly to complete today's free day one that is free of the 6 days Montessori training. All right, so let's just.
Many of us use school management software that limit us in one way or the other, because they have not been upgraded to meet present global trends. Now you need to switch to Think-A-Lie. Think-A-Lie is Nigeria's largest school management software. Switch to Think-A-Lie. It won't take you more than hours. We will do the switch for you. So it manages all your operations, admissions, exams, timetables, e-learning, online classes. Just name it. Bulk SMS. Everything is in it. Online exams, CBT. So switch to Think-A-Lie school management software today. So you can go to thinkally.net. That is Think-A-Lie, thinkally.net. Go there and check the features.
All right, so these tablets are moving very fast. As you can see, this order is going right. It's been shipped out to Abuja. So if I were you, I'm going to order from mine now. This is the Think-A-Lie Android tablets. It runs perfectly, runs all applications. Zoom, Think-A-Lie, Google Classroom, Edmodo, name it. It's a widescreen, and the catch here is it comes with a keyboard, so your child is able to also type with it, unlike other tablets. So this is very smart. It comes in 64 gig and 4 gig RAM. There's also 3 gig, 2 gig RAM. There's always a specification for you. Get yours now.
Do you know that the worth of your school is the combined worth of your teachers? Do you know that the value of your school is the combined value that your parents have placed on your teachers? Are you having problems with making your teachers cooperate with you and be productive as you would want to be? What you need is our training. We have trained over 10,000 teachers in the last few years, and the results have been tremendous. We have two packages. We have the leadership attitude, skills, and ethics, which is LACE for teachers, and we also have TRACE, teachers reorientation for action, capacity, and excellence. So which of them do you want? Call us and let us train your teachers. The results will amaze you. We will help them see the reasons why cooperating with you leads to their own growth, and at the end of the day, it leads to the growth of the school. So it's important. Let us train your teachers. We can come to your school, train them in your school. We can also organize that training for you online. Hello, school owner. You need a social media and web assistant, someone who will design flyers, beautiful flyers, twice every week, manage your website, and make sure that the beautiful things that happen in your school on daily basis well presented to an online audience, both your parents and even prospective parents who are not in your school. Every day in the life of a school is an event, is a story that can be packaged and told to the world. Unfortunately, many of us pay hundreds of thousands of naira, sometimes millions, as salaries. But we don't have anybody managing our image online. He will design 2 flyers per week, post those articles on your social media handles, also post them on your website, and follow up on your pages, comments, and all of that. Before you know it, you begin to get calls. Don't limit yourself to your physical environment. There are many people out there looking for your kind of school, but they are not seeing it because they are Googling it online, they are going on social media, they are not seeing you. So you need a social media assistant and a web assistant.
All right. Thank you, everyone, for hanging with us, for staying around. I mean, it's been a wonderful class. Ms. Tolokwe is still with us. She's a Montessori expert, Montessori coach, and she's going to complete her presentation right now and also talk about her the training, the remaining 5 days training that will come up after today. Okay, Mrs. Tolokwe, please try to reconnect. Okay, try to reconnect to the stream and then we'll take you. Let me show you one thing you are going to gain by being a part of that training. Let me show you. This is Mrs. Tolokwe contact. You should contact, just please copy down her phone number. Give us not the total
Hello?
package. Oh yeah, you are back. I was telling our people to get your contact. This is your contact. That
I've
the
been
moment
back.
you
The network is low.
all right, welcome back. The moment we are done with this program, I like everyone to call her, just hook up to her so that you get it there. I think she's saying that there is an early bird offer for those who pay early. So if you are able to make that early bird offer, I tell you, it'll be very good.
Can you hear me
Mr.
now?
Lokwe, please.
Thank you.
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I'd like you to continue from where you
sir.
stopped right now. Please go ahead from where you stopped. Go ahead, ma. Hello, ma.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, go ahead. Continue from where you stopped.
We're talking about the benefits of learners. I've talked about the benefits to the school, and also, yes, you were trying to tell me that what is the wonder of Montessori? Now,
yes, what is that wonder?
The first thing you need to know to have anything that is called, yes, it's the first thing you need to know is to learn about the milestone development of the children.
Milestone development.
So when they're 1 year, yes, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. So when you see a 2 years, and someone is telling you that a 2 years can write 1 to 10, you know that that's a lie.
Okay.
You know that that's a lie.
Okay.
You understand? Because for you to be able to write 1 to 10, there are some other things you could have known how to do. Now, maybe the 2 years is 2 years, 9 months, 10 months, you can do it. About to clock 3 years. But when it's just clocking 2 years, you understand? When it's just clocking 2 years, there are some important development is supposed to do.
All right.
That understanding helps you to manage your parent. Because sometimes they rush you. They will tell you that my child is 3 years and my neighbor child is 2.5, and he's already writing 1 to 50.
Some of them will even say, I'm just paying you money, you are not working.
Pay money, you are not working. Then you go and meet the teacher. The teacher say, "Oh no, actually, it's doing it." Now this is also different from when the child is having disability. You know, it's quite different. So by the time you have all this knowledge, you'll be able to manage your parent. They don't trouble you because they know you know what you are doing. Knowledge is power. If you know what you are doing, you have minimal disruption. You have issues with people, parents telling you that why is my child using left and right?
Okay.
The child is just 3 years. It's just getting to understand which muscle pays him better. So, and there are
Okay.
some people, they use two hands. So all those things, when
Mm,
you have the knowledge,
mm,
it helps you to manage your parent. It also helps you to know
mm,
what you are doing, because
mm.
this teaching is a profession, it's a career that
It,
we are building. So it is not
okay.
something we are doing because we don't have job to do. No, 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 no,
To
no.
do.
Someone like me cannot do any other thing apart from teaching. I can't do any other, because that's what I know very well. That's what I can
Mm.
do very well. It's so convenient for me. I don't have to carry paper. I can sit
Okay.
for 1 month without carrying a single paper, because it is
Mm.
part of me. It is what we do. We eat it, we drink it, we sleep it. You understand?
Mm.
And we keep adding value, adding knowledge. You understand? Discovering more and more things. You know, the more you
So,
do something, the better it becomes.
so Montessori helps you to become a better educator. That's what you
It
are
is.
saying in
It's
essence.
an empowerment. It's an
It's
empowerment.
mm,
It is an empowerment. Yes, it is an empowerment. It helps you to build a career. You know, teaching profession is very wide. So
yes.
when you specialize in a particular part and you know it very well, it
Mm,
helps you to rise faster, to rise early.
mm.
You understand? So when you are the bottom of the ladder is always crowdy and everything. So you have
Of
to
course.
struggle to get a part of the ladder that you
Mm,
start climbing, and look for the one that is firm. Don't go and be
mm,
climbing through anyhow ladder. So when yours is
mm.
firm, you keep on going up gradually, and you see the difference will be really clear. So
I
when
like to ask
you
you.
talk from your own angle. Yes, sir.
I like to ask you, Ma. Today's
Yes, sir.
training has been really. Today's particular meeting, which is free, has been eye-opening. I don't know. We still have 5 days
Yes,
to go. Can you give us a breakdown of, because some people will say,
yes, sir.
short, I've really gotten it. Yeah. So let them know that they have not gotten more. This is just day one. Let us know. Tell us what we want to get, what we're going to get in
Yes,
day two,
yes, yes.
day three, day
Yeah,
four, day five. Just give us and day six.
yes. So let's yes. I'll give you a breakdown now. Now the program we are having is a survivor kit.
Okay.
Though it's a Montessori training, it's also a survivor kit. So
Okay.
we are having a team on board. It is, I'm not going to be the only facilitator. We have 3 experts coming
Oh,
with decades
great.
of experiences and exposures.
Wow,
So
that's
we
that's
are going to
that's
be
that's
using
awesome.
positive education method of education. So
Hmm.
we want to approach Montessori through positive education. So it's going to be a psychoeducational training. So when we, because
Psycho-educational
this
training.
the learners we're talking about are human beings. They are first
Okay.
human beings. So by the time we pass through psychoeducational strategy, yes, to expose the values of Montessori in our system is going to help us. So the first thing we will be learning is the science of how children learn.
Hmm.
We want to break it down because learning also is a science. We will
It's a
break it down
science.
into the science of how children learn. We talk
Okay.
about how to create stimulating environment for learning. How you can
Hmm.
turn around that little space you have, what you can put there, that learning will be taking place. Children can interact with the things in their environment, and they will be learning even when you are not talking. Then
Did you
also
did you talk did you
we are
did
going
you
to have a session.
did you
Yes, sir.
mention learning space? Yes, we are going to be talking about the learning space actually.
Yes.
Wow,
Yes,
that's
sir. Yes,
awesome.
sir.
That's
That's one of the things that we use in Montessori.
Please
Then
go on,
also
ma.
we are going to be talking about improvisation of some of the didactic material, the tactile
Good.
material that we have or we use in how we improvise them. Those you can't get immediately. Then those you can produce yourself. So the money you're paying also include your practical materials. All the
Really?
materials you take as you are going away from the training, you are taking some products that you produce yourself that you start using immediately. Then we are going to expose you to how to improvise some in your environment that you can turn to learning materials. Then lastly,
Okay.
we are going to be helping the participant to blend the Montessori principle to the existing one. So from there, you can
Hmm.
develop some curriculum if you are very smart.
Okay.
By the
So
time we
so so
expose,
so that means you are going to be able, at the end of this meeting, you are going to be able to blend your own curriculum
for the
together with
training, hello,
the,
can you hear me? Hello,
hello. Yeah, I can hear you. Go on,
hello,
go on. Hello, ma. I
hello,
can hear you.
hello,
I can hear you, ma.
hello,
Hello, ma. I can hear
hello.
you. Please go on.
Hello.
Hello, ma. Mrs. Yama, I can hear you. All right. What she's saying is that at the end of the training, you would also be able to create your own blended version of the curriculum, because the Montessori method of education, combined with our own indigenous and local methods of education, creates great impact for the children. I'd like Mrs. Yama to reconnect with us as quick as possible. Please reconnect, man. Send. All right. Okay. So those are the things she has been talking about. But before she comes back, let me tell you something. Anything we bring to the School Owners Forum is something that we have tried and tested. Miss Yama is back. You are back, ma.
Yes, the network. Yeah, the
Oh,
network is is going up and down.
no problem. So round off your thoughts on what they will get in the training
Hello.
before.
Can
Yeah, hello, ma. Please go
you
on.
hear me
I
now?
can hear you. Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you. Go on.
Yeah.
Go on, ma. We can hear you.
Yes. Yes. Those are the packages we have for you, but there are bonuses. Hello. There
Okay.
are
Okay.
also bonuses you stand to gain. So the
Hmm.
bonuses you have is we are going to give you strategies of how you can develop number sense in the young
Hmm.
learners, especially at
How
least we
much
give
is
you
the
about
trade?
5 sense. So those are the things. It is
How
actually
much is the
70,000,
trade?
but for early
Okay.
bird, hello, can you
Okay,
hear
ma.
me?
I can hear
Yes,
you. We can hear
it
you.
is actually 70,000. But
Okay.
for the early bird, people that pay before the 14th of April,
So the
they
meeting,
are going to be given discount and they'll be paying 50,000.
the training starts, the remaining 5 days
Hello.
starts on the 14th of April.
No, 19th. The training is
Okay.
19th to the
19th of
23rd of
April.
April. That's
So
nineteen,
everyone
20,
heard that.
21, 22, 23.
Yes, the
Yes.
training starts on the
But the
19th
early bird,
of April. But early
14th
birds,
of,
if you can pay
yes,
before 14th, you pay 50,000.
for 14th of 50,000. But
Yeah,
anything after
50,000.
that, this is to enable us to capture the number of people that are in for the training, and also to be able to prepare for them very well, and also buy all the materials, because it's not just a Baba thing. It is
Hmm.
not just a lecture. You have to
Okay.
produce things. You have to work very hard. Then we have also made provisions for accommodation for those that are outside
Accommodation is
Lagos
up.
or want to
Okay,
stay.
that's great.
Yes.
Somebody called me from
Then we are
Miss
moving the
Yama.
venue.
Somebody called me. Somebody
Yes,
called
sir.
me from Abuja.
We are moving the.
Uh, Somebody
Okay.
called from Bauchi, all the way from Bauchi State. I
Okay.
sent her. I
Okay.
sent his
Yeah. Yeah.
contact to you. I don't know if he. I said he should not worry. He
Okay.
should
Yeah.
talk to you. So
No. No.
everyone, there is
Yes.
accommodation. If you are coming from
Yes.
far,
Yes.
we are walking
It's
around.
from far.
It's for a
Yes.
little
Even if
cost,
you are
but it
from
will be
Lagos and you still want to, yes,
all right.
it's for a little. With 5,000, you will get an accommodation, and it's
Accommodation.
in the same venue we are having it. We have moved the venue. We have moved the venue to central Lagos, to mainland, so that it
Okay.
will be easy for all of us to meet at the center. So it's
All
no
right.
more at the Sherionofi now. We are moving to the mainland, and every one
Okay.
of us. So people that are in Lagos and still want to stay in the vicinity of the conference center can also do
Okay.
that.
All right. Before you
Yeah.
give us your final thoughts, your conclusion, please, everyone, don't go
Yes,
yet.
sir.
There's
Yes.
a powerful part of this. I'd like you to just give us, not now, just before you give us that final conclusion of this particular free training, something that is costly, but you are giving it for free. Let me show them
Yeah.
your phone number once again. That is Mr. Olokwe Yama's contact on before maybe after the meeting. Before I bring her back, I like to show us the next training we're going to be having on this platform. Our next training is this: how to start or annex. How to start a new school or annex? Okay, I like Ms. Yama to reconnect as soon as she can. How to start a new school or annex? For those of us who started our schools without learning how to, many of us started our schools without attending any
Okay.
training, without any course, and
Hello?
we have been one. Hello, yeah, you are back. Thank you
Hello?
very much. I can hear you. I can hear you, ma.
Yes.
Yeah. Many of us started our school without learning how to start. So many people want to start their schools by September. Please don't rush into starting a school without learning how to. So I'm just giving you a tip into our next training. The next training on this platform will be how to start a school. And even if you already have a school, but you want to float a new annex, there are ways to doing it. So don't just go and begin to struggle. If you don't learn how to do it, if you don't learn how to do it, you will find that you are just struggling and struggling over things that people have gone past. So I think that information is well passed across. Ms. Yama would like just one word before we close the meeting today.
Sir.
Just one word. Please go ahead.
Today. Thank you so much. Mr. David, thank you. Now, what I want to be ending this lesson with is there are some mistakes that you can avoid. You don't have to make the same mistake others have made. So that not to waste time, not to waste destiny, not to waste destination, not to waste anything. So if actually what you're looking for is to take your career to the next level, or you want to create positive energy in your setting that can lead to accelerated growth, then you have to join us in this seminar. And if you join us in this training, you will thank me later, because this is the cheapest you can get for the best quality ever that you can imagine. So I really appreciate, and I'll be expecting your call and also your registration and your data and everything. Thank you so much, Mr. David.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's nice to be with you today. Thank you.
One thing, ma. Thank you, ma, for your energy. Thank you for your zeal. Thank you for your consistency.
Thank you.
Thank you for answering our call. I mean, if we were to pay, I don't know how much we'll have paid for this outing, but it's so wonderful. I believe by the grace of God, the reward will come from the number of attendees that will attend.
It will.
Thank you, Mrs. Tolu.
Because I know my people, I know educators. They are interested in moving the country forward. Thank you so much. Yeah, they are already coming. Thank you. I really appreciate. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome, ma. All right. So that has been the show for today. Once again, next week we are going into another series, how to start a school, a new school, or a new annex. You already have a school, but you didn't learn how to start a school. You should enroll for this course. You want to start a school by September, you are still planning, you should enroll for this course. You have a school already, you want to float a new annex, you should also enroll for this course. It's a wonderful course, and then it's also going to be very good. Just like we had to Lokwe Yama, we're going to have a good team that will help us take us through this. Thank you very much. Once again, I am David Adeniji, by the grace of God, convener of the School Owners Forum. But let me tell you something. There's something I want to tell you. There is this training we have for teachers. Please don't go yet. There is this training we have for teachers. Some people have been booking every weekend. See, most of the weekends, I'd like you to put a call across to us. Let us know when you want us to come to your school to train your teachers. The price for the training is, we can negotiate it. Although there is a fixed price, but it's going to be very good. Let me give you a testimony of a particular school. The proprietress of Hope Spring Schools in Lagos. Look at what she told us. She said that she sent 16 teachers to our training, to the teacher training for teachers. And then she said, honestly, in her words, I really don't know what Mr. Deniji taught them. And few weeks later, she said, I visited that annex. That is, she visited the annex where the teachers are. And then she discovered that teachers are different now, and they are now getting better results. This testimony was sent in from the proprietress of Hope Spring School. We'd like you to just take advantage of this training. It's called LACE, Leadership, Attitude, Skills, and Ethics. It's a very wonderful training, and we would like to have it in your school. All right. It's been a wonderful class. It's been a wonderful journey. Thank you for joining. We say God bless you and bye for now.
Hello, school owner. You need a social media and web assistant, someone who will design flyers, beautiful flyers, twice every week, manage your website, and make sure that the beautiful things that happen in your school on daily basis well presented to an online audience, both your parents and even prospective parents who are not in your school. Every day in the life of a school is an event, is a story that can be packaged and told to the world. Unfortunately, many of us pay hundreds of thousands of naira, sometimes millions, as salaries, but we don't have anybody managing our image online. He will design 2 flyers per week, post those articles on your social media handles, also post them on your website, and follow up on your pages, comments, and all of that. Before you know it, you begin to get calls. Don't limit yourself to your physical environment. There are many people out there looking for your kind of school, but they are not seeing it because they are Googling it online, they are going on social media, they are not seeing you. So you need a social media assistant and a web assistant.
Do you know that the worth of your school is the combined worth of your teachers? Do you know that the value of your school is a combined value that your parents have placed on your teachers? Are you having problems with making your teachers cooperate with you and be productive as you would want to be? What you need is our training. We have trained over 10,000 teachers in the last few years, and the results have been tremendous. We have 2 packages. We have the leadership attitude, skills, and ethics, which is LACE for teachers, and we also have TRACE, teachers reorientation for action, capacity, and excellence. So which of them do you want? Call us and let us train your teachers. The results will amaze you. We will help them see the reasons why cooperating with you leads to their own growth, and at the end of the day, it leads to the growth of the school. So it's important. Let us train your teachers. We can come to your school, train them in your school. We can also organize that training for you online. Everyone knows that on SOF we have 3 textbooks, and these are the books written by David Adeniji, convener of the School Owners Forum, talking about the 4-legged school growth strategy. That is the best book when it comes to school growth. Talking about thrive, how to thrive with your school business in this new era, especially after the pandemic. A whole new era came to school business and you need to learn it. Thrive is a book to read. And then talking about the indispensable teacher. No, there is no other book that helps you manage teachers more than that. Even teachers actually are the ones who need this book too. So you need the book as a school owner. The teachers also need the book. Just order these 3 copies. There's a combo package that is very cheap. That is the price there. You will see it, and then we're going to ship the books to you. The 4-legged school growth strategy, the indispensable teacher, and thrive. Get those books today. Many of us use school management software that limit. Do you know that the worth of your school is the Many of us use school management software that limit us in one way or the other because they have not been upgraded to meet present global trends. Now you need to switch to ThinkAlly. ThinkAlly is Nigeria's largest school management software. Switch to ThinkAlly. It won't take you more than hours. We will do the switch for you. So it manages all your operations, admissions, exams, timetables, e-learning, online classes. Just name it. Bulk SMS. Everything is in it. Online exams, CBT. So switch to ThinkAlly school management software today. So you can go to thinkally.net. That is ThinkAlly.net. Go there and check the features.